koistinen, and Kaci's a surrogate with Yulan. And Kaci, I'd like to start by asking you, tell us a little bit about how you got into surrogacy, please.
I have a really close friend of mine who's been a surrogate 3 or 4 times, and I've just kind of always wanted to do it. It's been something on my mind and something I've always wanted to do.
Mm-hmm. So what brought you to decide to do it now?
I signed up a couple years ago, and I have 4 children, 1 adopted, 3 of my own.
Oh, nice.
And it's just time that I decided I was going to do it.
Tell me about your children. How old are they and what are their names?
My oldest is Sarah, she's 15,
Mm-hmm.
and next is Ben, he's 13, and Emily is 9, and Landon is 7.
Oh, nice. How old are you?
I am 39.
And you said you have 1 adopted child?
The youngest is adopted.
And how old is she?
He is 7.
He's 7.
Yeah.
Where do you live, Kaci?
I live in Medford, Oregon. It's about 4 hours south of Portland, Oregon.
Mm-hmm. And how long have you lived there?
We've lived there about 11 years.
10 years. And are you married or not married?
I'm married. I've been married for 20 years.
Oh, good for you. Congratulations.
Forever.
Yeah. And what do you do for a living? I mean, aside from being taking care of the children, are you working or?
I'm a stay-home mom.
Stay-home mom.
And I do childcare. I'm licensed childcare. I only have, I have 2 little kids right now. I just have 1 little guy, so I'm not too busy. Kind of just stay home and take care of my kids.
When you say you have 1 little guy, you mean in your child care
Right.
agency? Okay, so you have a child care agency, which is a business, and you have 1 child in the child care agency.
Right.
And then you have your 4
My
children.
own 4,
Your
yeah.
own 4, right, exactly. Oh, very good. Okay. So you have, basically what you have, about 5 or 6 children in the household?
Yeah.
Okay. And what does your husband do for a living?
My husband's a mechanic.
Oh.
He works on cars, and he's done that his whole life.
He's full-time? That's his full-time job?
Yep.
Okay. What kind of things do you like to do? What are your hobbies and interests?
Our family goes camping. We go play in the snow and go fishing and boating and lots of outdoor activities. And I'm a photographer. I love to take pictures.
Oh, very nice.
So I do that a lot.
Let me ask you a couple questions about the surrogacy procedure. You said have you been a surrogate before?
I have not.
Okay. And in coming to surrogacy, what are your values as a surrogate mother?
Well, having my own kids, I know how important it is to have these kids, and I have some friends that aren't able to have kids, and I know how they struggle, and how I know a family that's adopted, that tried for 10 years to have kids, and so if I'm able to help someone, I'm pretty excited to do that.
Oh, good. How do you, in terms of when you're pregnant with your own children, and then the way you'd be when you're a surrogate, how do you take care of yourself?
I take very good care of myself. We eat right, and I do exercise. We have 2 big dogs. We walk, and having 4 kids, I'm going constantly, chasing them. So
That keeps you busy.
yeah.
Can you describe your diet on a typical day when you were last pregnant?
When I was last pregnant, just normal balanced diet. Nothing special.
What's a balanced diet in your life? Everybody's different. Yeah.
Well, in the morning, I would have, cereal or bagel or something, and I generally eat a lot of chicken and salad and rice and stuff like that, so nothing special.
How do you feel about your role of being a surrogate for a couple who desperately want to conceive and cannot?
I'm excited. I'm very happy to help a family.
You said you'd been pregnant before, and you know then that there's going to be times when you have maternal feelings or have illness, not illness, but you feel sick and maybe vomiting or even faint through the course of the pregnancy. Do you have a plan for dealing with those feelings if they arise?
I had 3 really great pregnancies, so I don't tend to be too sick, but I'll go with it as it happens, I guess.
Can you describe the relationship you have with your husband?
We have a great relationship. We've been together for 20 years, and basically right out of high school, we got married, and yep, we're really close.
Good. Do you have any reservations about the legal relinquishing of parentage after the birth?
Absolutely not. I have no problems with that.
Should more than one embryo be implanted and all of them succeed, what are your feelings regarding fetal reduction or abortion if it's the couple's wish to have no more than one child?
If I am okay with fetal reduction as far as going from 3 down to 2. I'm not too sure about 2 down to 1. I guess it would be something we would have to talk about and discuss, but I'm certainly not against fetal reduction whatsoever.
How about the issue of abortion if the couples want to have no more than one child, or if something happens?
If there was genetically something wrong with the child, I would have no problem. If it was under the doctor's advice.
Would you ever consider carrying twins?
Absolutely.
What are your views on health during pregnancy?
As far as maintaining my health, I'm a pretty healthy person. I eat right and take care of myself. So as far as like not doing anything harmful to myself, no drinking, smoking, I don't anyway, so it doesn't really affect me. Yeah.
Are you going to strive to eat, will you strive to eat a healthy diet or reach out for support if you need to?
Absolutely.
Do you have support in the Washington area?
I do. I have my friends and family that are close, so.
That are in the area, immediate area?
Yes.
Okay. Should you become overwhelmed with morning sickness or other reasons that prevent you from getting the proper nutrition you need for the baby or yourself, how would you handle that?
I would seek the advice of my doctor.
Do you have a solid support system from your family and or partner to help you face the feelings that may become overwhelming?
I do.
Okay. Is your husband from the area?
My husband is, yeah, we're both, well, we grew up in California, but we're both in Oregon, and yeah, he's a good support system.
Are you willing to work with the surrogate agency, the IVF doctors, the OB-GYN doctors to take all the necessary tests and screenings to be qualified and to travel to and out of state for necessary procedures and operations?
Yes.
Are you willing to work under the surrogacy support staff's instructions to provide all the data and information that's required by the client and by them themselves?
Yes.
How do you see yourself in the bigger picture of the gift you are giving to the couple?
How do I see myself in the bigger picture? I don't know. I'm just hoping to be a blessing to a family, I guess. And to be a blessing to my own kids, to teach them that, you know, it's not all about themselves.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good. Would you expect to see a Christmas card each year and a photo of the baby?
That would be nice. I wouldn't expect it, but if they wanted to, that would be great.
Oh, good. Do you have any desire to have any future contact with the child as he or she grows into adulthood?
Do I have desire to?
Yes.
Sure. Absolutely.
Abortion generally is not allowed under the surrogate assessment program, terms of services. We've consulted with the intended parents and clearly on this and asked them to sign the terms of service before Ulan took them into the program. But in the case the couple were divorced or one of them passes away during the pregnancy, one or both of them pass away during the pregnancy, would you consider an abortion?
No.
Okay. If some tragedy occurred, as we just discussed, where one or two of them passed away, would you be interested in adopting the child in the agreement arranged or as agreed in the future?
Possibly.
Do you have an opinion on traveling to China for the possible embryo transfer cycle procedure?
I would prefer to stay in the United States to do that.
Would you be, let's see, would you be willing to do that if push came to shove, and they might ask you to go to China because the embryos are stored in China, and potentially they couldn't get them out of China. They actually bring the embryos here, but if that happened.
It's a possibility.
Okay.
I'm not 100% against it.
Okay. Are you comfortable providing breast milk during the feeding to the newborn?
Yes.
Okay. I've heard the different, some of the questions by some of the other Chinese intended parents, and sometimes they ask things like, would you be willing to, do you like music, for example? That's one of the things people, that sometimes, do you enjoy music? Mm-hmm. Would you be interested in having the child listen to music, even though it's not an unborn child, to listen to certain kinds of music?
Yeah.
One intended parent.